Welcome to Free Beer Friday, powered in part by the Bearded Monk and Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Technically, it's a razor. It's a hamburger razor. It's so dumb.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Guys, we're talking about college humor right now. Yes. And y'all are here from TUPPS. TUPPS
Sure
Brewing.
thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Are you clapping?
Oh. Remember, I never introduced myself. Hey, I am Ben, your host as always, from the Bearded Monk.
I'm Chris.
Yes.
I'm Steven.
Or
Steve.
From
TUPPS Brewery.
Where
TUPPS Brewery in McKinney, Texas.
Where is this? McKinney? I don't know what that is.
McKinney.
I don't know what that is. Yeah. McKinney. Oh, okay. I've been to McKinney. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Give us a rundown on TUPPS. What is TUPPS Brewery?
TUPPS, we've been around 4 years.
As of last weekend.
Just
celebrated, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we started as lonely little home brewers and turned it into
home brewers. It's like you're climbing your way up the Dow Jones industrial average.
No, too quick.
Just wanted to get it out of the way.
Oh, God.
Continue.
So we've been around for 4 years. Loved every minute of it. Brewed a lot of beers. I don't know. That's all I got.
You blew.
I mean, it's really changed a lot
of
in 4
good
years.
beers, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, and that is the truth. Like from one of the early days that we talked, it was, hey, we're thinking about doing a can release and this series of parties. To what it is now, where it's like
we had a party at your place.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
dude, I miss the Northbound 75.
A lot of people are super vocal about the Northbound because
a lot of people ask about it.
It's different, and
it is. Well,
but it didn't sell as much as you'd think.
Peppers are a little scary,
right?
Yeah, I think it scared a lot of people.
No draft.
Off.
People hated draft.
Really?
So the bartender or the bar manager would love it, and they would buy it, and they'd say, "This is awesome! Oh, this is so cool! My customers are gonna love it." And then it would sit there for like 3 months.
Right. Gotcha.
But
all the people in the know are just chugging it out constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice because it wasn't actually spicy. It was just like savory and smoky.
Vegetable.
So
yeah.
I had it on tap at the bar I managed before I was working for TUPPS, and I ended up selling through it as like micheladas because it was so good for like red beers and stuff like that. You know, it was like the perfect beer for that.
Nice.
So we blew through it that way.
I still want to marinate a chicken in that.
That's what a lot of people said they did.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? The bar. They're gonna kill me. Everyone wants to be on this bar in Dallas, Uptown. They just built a new one in Frisco.
Common Table.
Yeah. So Common Table.
Bond
I wanted
bar.
to be there so bad, right? I want to get on the Common Table. I went there too much. They were probably so annoyed, right when we first opened. Northbound 75. And they said, we're going to buy a keg Northbound. Like, oh, this is great. So I sent a good yard to Corey, and they said, can we get, do you need a tap handle? And he said, no, we're going to use it for our queso.
Oh.
I was crushed.
Oh, you wanted people to drink it.
Right.
Man,
but they bought it for their queso.
That is super tasty.
Yeah. I bet the queso was good, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we bring back the North by one time?
We
and
thought
do
about
like
it.
a dinner pairing?
Yeah, we talked about doing a batch over the summer or something, but I mean, it's...
What if we did a side-by-side? That'd be a lot of fun.
We talked about doing, bringing it back full force, but then you have to get less DDH, get less juice back, get less IPA. So we're doing an expansion right now. This is going to
That's right.
solve some of those problems. We're pouring concrete Monday, and we're adding 8 more tanks.
Okay.
So we have...
What's your production now?
So we did 5,000 barrels last year.
Okay.
And then this year we will be set up to do 12,000. But we'll probably do like 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit of wiggle room in those new shoes, essentially.
Right. Yeah. A lot of bright tanks.
Wow. Yeah. Much needed.
Yeah.
Much needed.
Because it really is. Every time y'all come out with a beer, it is just gone.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We love it.
And then for months later, I've got people asking me, hey, have you ever heard of this beer? I'm like, well, yeah, you should have showed up the week it came out.
A lot different than when I came to Bug You. First year open. Hey, would you like to buy black ale, a stout in the summer? You're like, nah.
It gets a little tough.
You're so nice.
Love to
Thank
give
you
you
for
some
being
love,
so
but
nice.
that's going to be a no from me, bud.
Well, we tried a lot of stuff, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
tried a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You'd always buy. It was great.
Dude, and Full Grown Man,
Mm-hmm.
that has gone like crazy no matter when,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Now, in the winter, more people tend to gravitate toward that super
Right,
dark,
right.
wonderful stuff. But that has been kind of those variants are just popping out.
Yeah, we planned to
And
do a
people are
lot more this year, but we just couldn't get them in the tanks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was all keeping up with all the other stuff, which is kind of a bummer. You know, you want to
Right.
keep innovating, you want to keep brewing cool new stuff, but it turned into
You're limited.
just let's just get this out there and supply. Because when you distributors like, hey, this is what I need, and you're like, is this cool for this week? That's not cool.
Right. It's like finding that balance between like what you really want to brew because you think
Right.
it's cool and like you think it would be fun versus like, oh, like what does the distributor want? What are they asking for? What all that stuff. But
And we're not all over the country. We're not even in the whole state. You know,
Yeah.
it's Austin, it's DFW, barely in San Antonio. We can't give them anything. Oklahoma, we opened Oklahoma a year ago, and we've sent them 2 shipments of beer. It's been like nothing.
Oh. Well, because everybody up here is just eating up everything,
Yeah,
right?
it's great, but we want to be able to, get our name out there a little bit more and supply
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can. Yeah.
it's kind of gone hand in hand though, like trying to expand and at the same time, so like more beer being consumed in the home market. So it's like, well, at the same time, it just doesn't all work at the
Right,
same pace.
right.
So hopefully we'll be able to catch up.
Nice. Well, what can we expect to see out of like the Full Grown Man series in the coming months, in the coming year?
So Ombre's coming out in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
So that's one of the first variants we did.
Yeah.
Which is the ancho chili, vanilla, chocolate, and coffee. So that's going to be the first one since right now that we're talking. And
as of
then-
right now,
Right.
If you're watching this episode
As of
live,
this moment.
That will be the first one. Then Full Grown Woodsman, which is going to be like an
New one.
oaked maple.
That's a new one.
Oaked maple. That'll be a new one.
oh,
We're fighting in the office with a peanut butter or a, what is it, Moon Man or something.
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
The s'mores.
Oh, the s'mores is going to happen.
Because we did that one at Festival of Darkness and it did really well. And everyone loved
Festival of
the s'mores
Darkness is awesome. I don't know if you've made it out to that yet.
where is that?
We did
It's
it
at
at the brewery
yeah.
in February.
Oh,
So it's
it's
all
cold
things
as-
full grown man.
what? Oh yeah, no, I
think I
totally
told
missed
you
out
about
on
it.
that. Yes, yep.
Yeah.
No,
but
I know
we have,
exactly what you're talking about.
25, 30.
Right. So
Dark
yeah,
beer
so we
draft.
did like small
I had
batches, a
people
bunch of
going
stuff. Like
nuts coming in. Like we had an event that next day. Like, sorry, I got to be in McKinney.
Cool. What, have you
I
ever heard?
understand.
Yeah.
I accept it.
Awesome.
Yes.
we had a great turnout for it. It was
Oh,
good.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So everybody loved the s'mores. huh?
Yeah, it was a good chance to like do little batches of experiments to see like what
Right.
people were responding to and be like,
Test
okay,
what
which
people
ones do we
think.
want to actually put in the market versus okay, this one isn't that good, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Well-
red wine barrel age, did you have that?
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
was pretty neat.
What a unique package design too. So everybody, now I think Martin House kind of set this
Right.
new idea of, well, we can't do bombers, but
Right.
we can still do these box dual cans.
Right.
And then y'all, instead of doing this dual can like big heavy cardboard box, you dropped them side by side.
Right.
So it's like a little 2-pack box,
it's kinda
and
neat,
they're
right?
beautiful, stacked on top of each other. Yeah, that turned
Yeah,
out
that's my
makes it
brother.
kind
My
of a
brother
little-
came up with that.
Complicated little picture.
little puzzle to build
Yeah.
up. Yeah. It was kind of fun taking the pictures when they showed up, like
Yeah.
matching them up.
Oh yeah.
Different ways.
Super fun for social
Yeah.
media and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about so the red wine barrel age, that was cool. It's kind of different. Not a lot of people are just putting stout in a red wine barrel and just here's what it is. But it was a Tempranillo barrel. Probably not saying that right.
Kind of a Tempranillo.
Spanish,
Yeah, you
sweet
nailed it.
Spanish wine.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
wine was almost undrinkable. I mean, it was like so red and thick and crazy.
Like just what was left in the barrel or whatever.
Right. I mean, they gave us a bottle of wine.
Oh, really?
We got it from Eden Hill.
No, wait. Was it almost undrinkable because you were a beer drinker?
Maybe. Well, I like red wine. No, I like red wine.
Oh, okay.
But this is like you have to be a serious wine drinker to like that style.
really into the tannins
Yeah.
that are coming off this.
Oh
thing.
god, it's
Yeah.
so big and but great for beer. So that's what we put in there, and we did a decent amount. We did like 30 barrels of it. So it's not small, When we barrel age, we don't do much. We do
100 and what? 100 and something cases at that point, right?
of cases of cans. It's like 400 cases.
Yeah,
of
400
cans.
cases, I think, for
Oh,
30
geez.
barrels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a decent release, you know. But yeah, I mean, nothing compared to like DDH stuff or our normal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, and which I think these folks might know more about the DDH series because
Probably.
I would
those are
assume
going
so.
like hotcakes too, right?
yeah.
These things are blowing off the shelves every time they show up.
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing. So where did the idea of this series come from?
So it was about a little over a year ago. My brother and I actually went to Portland to meet with our hop provider.
Right
So
on.
we had one hop provider really at the time. We had
What a great beer time too.
Oh, it
man.
was awesome.
Portland's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
for it.
awesome. And so we're kind of still new in the business, and you're still buying hops from your run of the mill guys, and not run of the mill guys, but good guys, but just whatever. And Willamette Valley Hops is just awesome, right? So we get in contact with them, we go out there, and it was just so eye opening, and the hops that they get, the hops that they can provide, the freshness, the quality. It was like, oh gosh,
Beautiful.
it's like shopping at the crappiest grocery store you've ever heard of to going to a Whole Foods. I mean,
Gotcha.
literally, that's what it felt like to me. And you go
it's
into this
all
whole
Right, just
Fresh.
totally
So
geeking out.
moist.
everyone's good
I
looking,
can squeeze the hop.
right? Like everyone has nice
it.
cars, and everyone's. And you're like, yeah, it's like this is great. I want to shop here every day. And then you get there, and it's very expensive, right? Same thing. So you pay for quality,
Right
and,
on. Right on.
we really learned that then, and so we wanted to set up these big contracts, all this stuff, but we also wanted variety, and so we kind of came up after a lot of drinking, came up with the idea of doing like a series DDH, hazy IPA series. Mm-hmm. So we got most of our hops from them in the beginning, and then it kind of got crazy, and people are drinking the crap out of this stuff, and so we had to start reaching out. So now we've got like 5 or 6 different hop providers, and we get different hops from all these different guys. And Willamette Valley is still a big part of our portfolio, but that's how the idea kind of came about.
Right on. So doing this rotating series
Right.
based on what you could get, or
Right, because
what could buy.
when you get, I mean, big-ish, you have to. I don't mean big, but you have to buy a bunch of hops.
You've
and you
gotta
have to sign
commit.
contracts. Yes.
Yeah.
So do you sign a contract with Centennial? It's like maybe not that one, but Citra. It's like, heck yeah, let's go. Like, give me a bunch of Citra, and then how are you going to consume all of it? You kind of get scared of the contract. What's your production going to be, or how much are you growing? There's a lot of questions you have to answer to decide how big the contract's going to be.
And before you lock yourself into
Exactly.
one hop.
Right.
Yeah.
So last year we did 5,000 barrels. The year before we did like 2,500 barrels. So that's a
So
decent.
you're doubling every year, basically. That's crazy.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
So like we were talking about earlier, the expansion. We're adding 8 more tanks, pouring concrete on Monday, to double our production as well. Again,
Just to keep up.
just to keep up.
That is amazing.
It's crazy.
That is,
And we don't plan on expanding any further. Like we have no plans for Houston really. We just want to be able to supply this market.
right on.
We want to stay in our backyard. That's super important to us.
So maybe sometime in the future we'll see some more expansion, but right now this is it.
Right now, yeah,
This
we're
is
just,
the goal.
Yeah, this is the goal.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's
Well,
exciting.
so we just finished 9, right? And now you're on to 10.
Series
and
10.
I brewed 11 today.
I was about to say, what is next in the series?
So-
Can you give us a
Yeah,
heads
so 11,
up of this?
11 is actually, so this guy, Tom, awesome guy. He's our rep for my local, it's Michigan local. It's a hop company. So they're,
Okay.
I don't know how old they are, but they kind of came to our doorstep. And this guy, Tom's just like, hey, you want to buy some hops from me? And he just started. We might have been the first brewery that he came to. And really, really nice guy. I said, yeah, well, I'd love to. What do you have? And so they grow actually all these old school styles of hops in Michigan soil. And they give off different flavors. Some flavors are more
Based
pronounced
on the
than others.
Michigan soil?
Right.
Is that okay?
So this next DDH is Sriracha Ace, Michigan Copper, and Michigan Chinook, which
Okay.
they give off all this pineapple, all this coconut. I mean, you open up a bag of this Sriracha Ace, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's like pickle juice. And it's like, get you. Yeah, that's why but you smell this bag, and it is just like straight coconut in your face. Ooh. I mean, it's awesome. So
super exciting.
it's pretty cool.
And
the variant on 11 will be a milkshake IPA, which is going to be pineapple coconut milkshake IPA.
Nice.
So it's going to be like a
pina colada.
Yeah. So that's why this
Yes.
was built this way. But, I mean, we're going to keep going. There's Slovenian hops. There's obviously New Zealand hops are awesome. We're working on those.
We saw the rise there with everybody starting to take over
Yeah.
all the northwest hops, right? We started seeing the New Zealand hops start to rise, or the demand
time.
for them.
Well, New Zealand, they have a lot more. Like Australian hops are really good, but there's a handful. New Zealand hops, there's like
A lot
8
more
or 9.
variety, right?
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
more variety of New
Yeah.
Zealand hops.
Right on.
Low alpha, but high fruit. You know, in the dry hop, it's just super pungent.
So this perfect for the craze
Right.
we're seeing
For
now.
this
all the
stuff,
juicy
yes.
flavors.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
right.
Right on.
It's super cool to learn about all this stuff. You know, I mean, just to be able to try out every single beer. You get to use different hops. You can tweak the malt bill. Every single recipe. I mean, the base beer is the same, but I'm messing with mash temperature. I'm messing with, fermentation temperature. There's all this stuff I'm able to mess with to try to make it as juicy as possible. That's why you get people online. Oh, 11's the best, or 10's the best ever, and you're like, okay, I liked 5 better because I did this, and maybe it didn't work on 6, but it's such a small change that people aren't going to notice it as much. But there are definitely people out there that appreciate certain
They're
series.
dedicated to it.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nope, this one was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I can feed that back to you, too.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
That's kind of nice feedback, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Like,
okay, well, on this
honest feedback with
rendition
this
I
is
did-
great. Yeah.
Right on.
And the nice thing with that, too, is like everybody, I think most people who are really into it have a favorite DDH series, but at the end of the day, they like them all. You're just kind of picking your favorites. Like, oh, well, I didn't like the others. It's like, well, this is my favorite, but they're all good.
Yeah.
I love when you get on Untapped, though. Everyone Untapped is like a brewer's nightmare, right? And it was years ago, but now
Continue.
it's pretty fun to
Keep
look
talking.
at Untapped. But if you get on there and it's like, it tastes sweet, and it's like, I know it's not sweet, and there's certain science factors that, I don't
This
know.
is objectively not sweet.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
no, it's not. It over attenuated. It's not sweet. That bad. It's not
It's
sweet.
like Yelp
But-
reviews,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But everyone's great. We love Untapped. It's cool.
Keep tapping in your beers.
Yeah.
Keep checking
Please.
in.
Absolutely.
Oh, I really. Actually, oh no, we can't read some of these. My friends that have checked this one in specifically.
The Series 9.
Yeah, there's some cuss words. It's good cuss words.
Good
use.
Yeah.
But this could be a fun
Fun
show
little game.
segment. Read
up
your
the,
Untapped reviews.
Yeah, I mean, there was one. My favorite one was Series 3, and some guys. This is probably inappropriate, but
Oh, just bleep yourself out.
this beer makes my blank clap. Is that bad? I'm sorry.
Is that allowed?
But it was so
okay,
good. It
we're
was great.
okay.
And it was very early on in the series, right? And yeah, and it was very earlier in the series, and this is really neat to see stuff like that. Get creative with them, Like, don't just say, "I like this one better than that one." It's like, or like, this one was not good compared to this one, but did you like it? It's like, well, yeah, I loved it.
Right.
But-
That's what's like at the end of the day. Well, and it's funny
me
you
some
mention that too,
feedback,
because
man.
for me, when the first DDH dropped, I was not working for TUPPS. I was managing a bar, so I remember I bought the first DDH and tapped it and texted James, who's in Austin for us now. He's in Fort Worth. I remember texting him with a lot of expletives, freaking out over how good this beer was, just like losing it over that beer. So that's obviously part of my excitement and now slinging it, but
And now you're
it was
here.
just the same reaction. You're just freaking out over it, especially the first time you try.
Yeah.
You never really had anything like that, and you try it. It kind of blows your mind. It's kind of magical. You never.
It's cool.
What is this? Yeah.
What is it? Oh, well, I love that. I think you're adding to, with that series, what people are expecting now from these juicy IPAs. I think it very much adds into not only what they're learning, what y'all are learning out
Right.
in the drinking world, but what they expect as well. You're reinforcing it. So
Right.
it's a lot of fun.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and then tonight, we're serving up samples of the juice pack.
Yep.
Yes.
Juice pack is awesome. That's
Where
my
did
go-to.
that little monster come from?
So Day of
That's
the
a
Dead
good one.
in Denton.
They
Yes.
The Denton Festival. So the idea behind that was, so my dad, who is the majority owner of the brewery, it's a family business. We're all involved. My sister, my brother, myself, my dad.
I've never met your dad or your sister.
You've met my dad? I think you met my dad.
You had to have met them at Day of the Dead. Well,
No, my sister
there's
was
a lot
driving
going on.
the.
I might have stumbled.
My sister
by,
was
but-
she had the
rode
face
by
made
on-
with the bones, and she was doing the.
Oh,
She drove
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, she
Oh,
drove
was
the coffin.
she was the pilot.
Yeah,
she
she
was
was
the
the
driver.
pilot, yeah.
Oh, okay, right on.
So you raced her.
Right on.
But she.
Dang
So
it,
my
she
dad's like-
smoked us good.
My dad's like, hey, let's just make this super crushable amber, dark amber, like Day of the Dead, dark amber. Like, yeah, okay. And it's like, man, let's like maybe not do that and do something awesome. And so that's our motto
Ambers
now.
aren't so much like the exciting thing, right?
No,
Yeah.
but it's crushable and drinkable. And it would have
Yeah.
worked, right? It would have been fine.
So the motto now is
Do cool S.
okay. There
Sorry.
you go.
That's the motto.
So just do cool stuff, like if you're gonna do anything, like make it awesome. Don't just do anything run of the mill. Don't just do cool stuff.
Right
So
on.
that's what, and mainly my brother preaches that, and it translates with every facet of the brewery. When you're brewing beer, when you're selling beer, when you're doing just don't say dumb stuff. Say cool stuff. Just do,
Y'all
don't
just have
take
to
up
be
much
cool
too much time.
all the time.
Do your thing. Do
lot of
cool
pressure,
stuff.
Ben.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
So when the Day of the Dead beer came out, it was like, all right, let's make DDH's little brother.
Right on.
And a
Right on.
crushable, super drinkable, less hops, a little more affordable. It's still a little more expensive than our normal beers. At a normal store, you'll see our beers like $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
Day of the Dead is about $11.99, $12.99, and juice pack.
Juice pack is.
It is
Yeah.
juice pack now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Day of the Dead was Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy. Back when we could get a ton of Galaxy, which was cool, fun days. And that we brewed 120 barrels of that, and we packaged it in this awesome packaging. Every label was different.
Oh yeah, and the label art
for Day of
was
the Dead?
fantastic.
Yeah.
I had people coming and debating if they could take apart other six packs
Yeah.
to
Oh,
get
so
their
you-
favorite design. Like, no, walk away. It's
plan
like a
was-
Lucky Charms box. You
the
get
plan
whatever's
was for
in
that
there.
to be the case for every six pack.
For every
each
six
have-
pack.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I know. and-
Come on, guys.
Well, we totally messed up in the back of the house. It was like it started just rolling off, and the cans kind of got backed up. They were just doing their thing. It was when we had pack techs.
Dude.
We were just pack teching everything, and then we about 3/4 through the run, it was like, guys, this needs to be different every six pack. And when you tell a packaging guy,
in their defense, it's a pretty meticulous process. Like that's pretty crazy to go through and make sure that each one.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
that's
they
like
would
all
punch you.
day.
I see
Yeah.
like Lucille Ball trying to keep up with the
Oh, yeah.
machine.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's pretty
they're
much
just
what it was.
rolling off constantly. You're
Yeah.
trying to slap them together
Yeah.
and get them moving. Yeah.
There were probably a good maybe 50 cases out there that were probably on point.
Right.
Maybe, you know what I mean?
Those are
Right.
special cases. If
Right.
you got a full six pack of one design.
well, you got to buy two to get the whole thing.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But that
So-
was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a fun project. It was fun brewing it. Really easy to brew that beer too because it was so low ABV, 5.5%. It flew through the brew system. There was no holdups.
Right on. We got a call.
And-
Do we need to take a call real quick?
No, that's the one.
Speaker.
That's the one.
I say, hey, honey, I love you. I got to finish my radio show.
Right. But yeah, so then when we decided to make a different pale ale, we have Citra Pale Ale, and it kind of ran its course. We still have it out there in the market. Doesn't sell as much as we'd like it to compared to some of our other brands. And so we introduced Juice Pack, and it's right now cannibalizing Citra
That
Pale
one.
Ale.
Yeah.
So
The branding on even the gold leaf on these,
Yeah.
or like the shine of these,
Yeah.
that juice pack pops.
the
It's
matte,
got this this beautiful shine to it and this rainbow design.
and we want to actually get cans printed of that because it's cheaper on the whole process in a whole. But everyone's like, man, but that you'll lose that matte, you'll lose that
Oh, yeah.
gold finish, you'll lose all that stuff.
And that is beautiful.
It's really cool. So
Yeah.
and that's something we actually did right when we got back from Oregon on that trip. Was we bought a labeler, the pack leader. So you're able to just do whatever you want to do, right? So we buy these bright cans. You wrap a label on it.
You
It's great.
do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Oh, that's cool.
So juice pack, you kind of, there's a fine line between, is this super awesome or is this kind of gimmicky? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I think printed cans, that's the epitome, right? Like, if you've made it, you've got printed cans.
yeah, that is the ultimate.
And I feel like now it's kind of changing. Who cares?
I think so.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't, what does it matter?
Well, and
I
the
agree,
technology
yeah.
we're seeing in labeling, like these, I've made it a point to even like just while we've been sitting here, I
Yeah.
started stripping the label off
Yep.
this.
Right.
These I can go put on the Crowler wall,
Right,
or I
right.
can put on
It's a sticker. Yep.
table
Right.
and finish out one of our tables.
I have a few bottle shops that do that. They'll put up each one so they kind of keep track of it, especially now that we're doing the variants and the labels are like the different colors.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
you can kind of have like the rainbow effect.
Well, people post all the time on Facebook on our site, just like they have beer fridges with series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
It's pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah. I lean toward this because, well, yours look really nice too. I'm not going to name names, but there's some other breweries that use a very plain can. They do a wrap, and the artwork's cool and it's nice, but it doesn't stand out like these do.
Sure.
Well, and this was meant to be like a science project, right? Like, this is very simple. It's DDH, Series 9, the hops, TUPPS, that's it.
Yeah.
So there wasn't meant to be a big design and this colorful thing, but Juice Pack
This
was
flashy thing.
was meant to be that way. You know, it's a juice box, it's a thing. This is meant to be like an R&D kind
Yeah,
of a-
research and
Right
development.
on. Right on. Well, and I love how Juice Pack has turned out on these.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I like that people don't care about that as much more. It's like, honestly, at the end of the day, I think now it's like, well, if you're wrapping the cans, who cares? If the beer's good,
But
Right.
what's in here?
you know, yeah, who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We got to do some more drinking now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
That's exciting. Well, and tonight, I guess we should talk about what we're doing. Okay. So we're going to hang out here. We're going to pour some samples of Juice Pack,
Yep.
which we drug a case of that up here. Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. And then
Oh, yeah.
I tapped in the DDH9 variant, the double IPA.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be nice.
That one's
That one's awesome.
that one will sneak up on you, man. It's a dangerous little beer.
Big time. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to burp in the mic. Now, what is some of the things you can tell us about that too?
That variant. So, I don't know. Really, it was just it was something we needed to do. You know, a double, and we decided on that one just to do it on that. I mean, it really isn't that complicated.
Oh, that's
I wish
pretty
I could tell
simple.
you a better story, but
So,
it was
are we
like,
talking
hey,
about the same exact hop bill, same exact malt bill,
So,
just
yeah,
a bigger malt bill?
every single DDH series has a variant now,
yeah.
and the hops are the same amount of hops, same everything,
Okay.
except for like the triple dry hop, which was 8.
Correct.
So that was triple the dry
It
hops.
was the
So-
TDH.
TDH. Yep.
So we did 60 barrels of it. And we put 333 pounds of hops in there. It's a
It was
it's
a
a
lot.
ton of hops.
Yeah.
And then this guy, the DDH9 double IPA, was just a ton more grain.
Nice.
You know, and
To bump up your malt
gravity,
bill and
yeah,
bump up the
Yep.
gravity on it. Yeah.
And that one's a fun one for beer nerds. But the other thing I really liked about the DIPA is that it was also a really good sort of educational beer because I'll run into it a lot. People who maybe haven't had it before and just haven't drank as much craft beer. Double dry hop, they assume double IPA. So it's kind of nice that we did that because
Right.
now like drawing that distinction that no, this regular DDH is not a double IPA, it's double dry hopped. It is confusing,
Here's
but
the other side, right?
But now this is a double IPA that's also double dry hop. So kind of doubling down on that and kind of hit. But I'm glad we did it because now it's like no, that's what that is.
Right.
Nice.
Kind of fun.
we'd love to get
you know?
crazier. But we brew a decent amount of the variant now.
Yeah.
So, you're
We can all get our hands on it somewhere.
Right. You don't want to because we don't do pilot batches of these variants. Like, we don't have time to be doing pilot batches anymore. So, that's what's great about this series is it's the same base beer. You're just throwing different hops in, right? So you're learning about the hops you put in. It's great. It's awesome. And then with the variants, it's, after they're going to keep getting better, I guess is my point. raspberry milkshake I thought was awesome. Sour peach.
Yeah.
We were not super happy with that
Yes.
one.
I very much enjoyed that.
Good, because a lot of people, I think, it was very split with the
A
sour
little too
peach.
scary, maybe.
Yeah, and then God, what was the next one? It was
then it was TDH.
Yeah,
It was
TDH.
triple.
Yeah.
Now the and then the
the
IPA now
double.
passion fruit orange guava.
Yeah, so yeah, the 11 is passion fruit orange guava. So we put fresh fruit.
10.
It's the exact same 10, except we just added a ton of fruit
Gotcha.
in the secondary. And then the next one will be the same, lactose, vanilla, a ton of fruit, and then toasted coconut.
Ooh, this is going to be so much fun.
Little pina
Yeah,
colada
it's gonna be
vibe.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When can we expect to see the 10 series?
It's every 10 is out now. 11.
Oh, sorry, 11.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 11 will be out at the end of May.
Okay.
So they're coming out at the
Perfect
end
in
of May.
time for summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the DDHs expect them at the end of May every year. Every month.
Into the month.
End of every
Yeah.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Right on. Oh, man. Now we just got to keep up.
I know.
You guys have to keep up. Yeah. Well,
all
so
over.
do we want to do some more drinking?
Yeah,
now?
let's do it.
Yeah.
Always
All right.
down.
Let's do this. All right. And if you guys aren't here with us, you need to get here because we're going to start drinking and handing out samples. And then we're going to go back to the Monk and do some more drinking.
Sounds
I mean,
good.
that's fair, right? Yeah. And if we don't see you tonight for whatever very serious reason you can't come out, we'll see you next week. Another episode of Free Beer Friday.
Free Beer Friday.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.